positive, 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 tunnel vision, tunnel vision, tunnel vision. It's time, it's time, it's time. Today is April the 20th, 2025, and it is 12:50 p.m. Happy Easter, happy Easter, happy Easter, happy Resurrection Sunday, happy Resurrection Sunday, happy Resurrection Sunday to everyone who celebrates, who celebrates, who celebrates. Movie review. Number 3. My favorite movie of all time. The Godfather. The Godfather. The Godfather. Part 1. In a brief announcement, I'm going to be doing a follow-up to this video on the Godfather trilogy. That will be my next video. Not sure when I'm going to do it, but that will definitely 100% be my next video on the Godfather trilogy. I'm not sure which way I'm going to go with it, but what I do know is I will be discussing my favorite movie series of all time, the Godfather trilogy, okay? But I rate the Godfather Part 1 5 stars, okay? And it is known to be the second best movie of all time, right after my movie review number 1, which was Citizen Kane. And I will argue to say that The Godfather should be number 1. Okay, nothing against Citizen Kane. Citizen Kane is a timeless movie. Don't get it twisted. But my personal opinion, I can watch The Godfather over and over and over again. And I can't watch Citizen Kane over and over and over again. I can watch Citizen Kane every once in a blue moon. I can watch The Godfather over and over and over and over again. And it's like watching it for the first time. That's why it's my favorite movie of all time. Okay? You pretty much have the passing of the torch from my favorite fictional character, Don Vito Corleone, also known as Don Vito Undolini. That's his original name. Okay. Vito Undolini, who later became Vito Corleone. Okay. And when you watch Godfather 2, you'll see what I'm talking about. But Don Vito Corleone was the head of the Corleone family. Okay. And his youngest son, Michael Corleone, took over the family at the end. Okay. Michael Corleone was the most like Vito out of all of the sons. Okay. You had Fredo, who was the weakest son. You had Tom Hagen, who was adopted, and he was Irish. He was the smartest son. That's why he was consigliere. You had Sonny, who was the toughest and the strongest. Okay. Average intelligence. I'm not going to say he wasn't smart. He had average intelligence. Okay. But you had Michael, who was the youngest and was the most like Vito Corleone. Okay? And once the family, once the, I said family Corleone, once the Corleone family became weak after the death of Sonny, Vito Corleone had to pick a successor who was supposed to be Sonny. And he wound up picking Michael, who was the most like him. Okay? And if you watch The Godfather 2, you'll see the similarities of a young Vito Corleone, in my opinion, and a young Michael Corleone. One of the things that they both had in common from Godfather 2, they both was quiet and calculated. Okay? But I'm not going to get too much in that. I'm going to save that for the next video, which is the Godfather trilogy. But my favorite quote from the Godfather movie and my favorite scene from the Godfather movie, which was the passing of the torch from Vito to Michael, was when they were in the garden and Michael, you know, and Vito Corleone is discussing the whole Bonzini situation. And Vito Corleone, and this was the last scene before Vito Corleone passed away. And he told Michael, my favorite quote, "Women and children can be careless, but not men." And every time I see that scene, you know, it's like hearing it for the first time, you know. And Vito Corleone is so right. He's so right. As men, we can't afford to get it wrong. We can't afford to be careless because we're held to a way different standard and a way higher standard than women and children. That's what that meant. As a man, you got to show up no matter what. And nobody's going to pat you on the back. Nobody's going to give you a cookie. You got to show up no matter what. Okay? And I'm going to leave that at that for now. But check out The Godfather Part 1. There's a lot of people who do movie reactions, and a lot of them got The Godfather 1 as one of their movies that they react to. You know, first time I saw The Godfather, I didn't see The Godfather Part 1. I saw the TV special called The Godfather Novelty, also known as the Epic, also known as the Collection. And it's a TV special that normally comes on around Thanksgiving time, okay, which is genius. It hasn't come on since I was probably in my late 20s, I think. But it's pretty much all the events of Godfather 1 and Godfather Part 2 in chronological order from 1901 to 1959. And then they show the third movie after that. But before the third movie was made, it was just the TV special. And I was doing my best to find that on DVD, but I found out that it's a TV special. And actually, I had that on VHS. I actually taped it. So the first time I saw The Godfather, it wasn't the actual Part 1 movie. It was the TV special of the combination of the first movie and the second movie. And I highly recommend it. If it ever come on television, watch it. It's definitely a masterpiece. Okay? But I digress. I rate The Godfather 5 stars to the 10th power. And I highly recommend, whether you're a male, whether you're a female, okay, watch it. You know, there's a lot of lessons in that movie. You know, that movie can be about being family oriented. That movie can be about always being a step ahead. That movie can be about being a visionary. That movie can also be about betrayal. It's a lot of lessons in this movie, you know. And I'm going to save a lot of nuggets and gems for the very next video, which will be on the whole trilogy of Godfather 1, 2, and 3. So enjoy your day, enjoy your week. Check out Godfather 1, check out Godfather 1, check out Godfather 1. This is an offer that you can't refuse. And until next time, always remember, life is a game of chess and every move counts. Know the board, know the pieces, win the game.